Hi everyone, it's Mitch from SportsChatPlace.com and PickDogs.com. It is Tuesday, September 8th, 2020, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We never take a day off. It's like, I love hearing like people say, oh, my Labor Day holiday, I had to like change the laundry or something. It's like, I haven't had a day off since 2006. Anyways, of course, I got Chris Ruffalo, Rod Zawacki, and Brian Bittler with us today. We got a pretty good card of sports. We got a bunch of double headers in baseball. And actually, I like these double headers. I thought originally I wasn't going to like the 7-inning double header. I actually like it. I also like the guy starting on second base in extra innings. I kind of like all these things. Baseball finally got a few things right. But of course, we've got free picks on every game, every day at sportschatplace.com and at pickdogs.com. And, I would love to get some audience feedback on, some things that, now that we have the two sites and they kind of are both running full steam. Do you think that having two sites with two sets of writers, and just a bunch of different opinions on picks is the way we should go, or do you think we should change the format of one of the sites and make it more of a stat and a stat-based site, and kind of like, what some of the other guys are doing based upon more of the analytics that are out there as opposed to the human element? Just something that I've been kicking around. So I would love to hear your thoughts on something like that. Also, I don't know. I got a lot of questions for you guys, too. I got a lot of questions for the YouTube trolls, but I know everybody doesn't like that. I would like to know why they make assumptions instead of asking questions, unless they just want to be total asshats. I mean, because they don't, it's like, you don't look good, right? So it's like, I don't understand. It's like, if you have, instead of making an assumption, why don't you ask a question? I'm about as transparent as they come. If you have an accusation to make about me or something about the way I run Sports Chat Place or Pick Dogs, you let me know. And, I'll be sure to answer your question. But, I mean, people making these assumptions on there and, whatever, and saying things about me. I got one yesterday saying how narcissistic I am because I said something in between Chris's and Rod's commentary of a game. I said, yeah, I'm super narcissistic, right? I'm just the egomaniac. That's why I get up at 3:30 in the morning to do 18 hours of work every single day that we give away for 100% free. I spend hundreds of thousands of dollars out of my pocket that the other sites don't do to give you guys more free information than anybody else. And as much as anybody else works on our sites, I think I put in just as much as, if not more than everybody else. So, and Chris can tell you that. He's been with us for a long time now. So, yeah, I'm a real egomaniac, man. That's why I just love to hear myself talk. So I say, show your face, and let's see your YouTube channel, and let me take some shots at you. I'm sure your camera sucks. Anyways, Brian, speaking of shitty cameras, what do you got to say for yourself?
Oh, I got to say a 3-2 winning day highlighted by 2-0 Major League Baseball and a BYU beatdown to Navy 55-3. I'll take the positive day any day of the week.
I'm terrible at college football this season, but everybody knows once I get rolling in college football, I'm not even worried about the slow start. I'm really not. These are not games that like I would have bet like on a normal college football Saturday. And instead of just taking a pass like I should have on most of these games, I took a shot at them, and I think my free picks were good and my premium picks were terrible. I have to take full accountability for that on mine. But I'll tell you, now that the real deal is starting, everybody knows the bigger the games, it's like that's where I get going, So, anyways, you got. How about you, Chris? I know you've been on a little bit of a mini heater here.
And here we go again. We joked about it off air. I said I don't want to get jinxed, but now it's 5-5 day yesterday. But we still came out with a profit. Almost had the Rockies last night, but I fell just short. But it's all right. We don't look back. We're going to look forward, and I'm ready to take some names today.
How about you, Rod?
I had a little bit of a profit back-to-back days. Slowly getting off this cold streak. Feeling good. Love today's card. Love today's card.
Yeah, I think it's one of the better cards out there that we've seen in a little while as far as the baseball goes. think the hoops are a little bit tougher than it has been.
Hoops is a little tougher. Yeah.
It's been getting tougher, but I see some angles out there that I really like on both hoops games where I can get it. Like, I mean, the Lakers are going to smash the Rockets again, right? I mean, layup. Anyways, I mean, super, super easy. Sucker bet public is like so on the Rockets, man. Squarest play on the board once again. Anyways, speaking of square plays, Brian, we got the Bucks and the Celtics going here. Celtics, the line is moving. You know, it's or Bucks versus Heat. I'm sorry, Bucks versus Heat. The line moving. You know, crazily here that the Heat is going to just take this thing away. I think people saw the Celtics put the hammer down on the Raptors yesterday and kind of thinking, I think the Heat can probably do the same thing to the Bucks because they kind of took their foot off the gas, admittedly, in that game when Giannis went out, that they kind of were like, you know, we got this one, you know, no problem. They kind of took their foot off the gas, and Chris Middleton ate them for lunch. My guess is without the freak there and having the game plan for him, they're going to probably do the same thing to Middleton that they did to him for the first 3 games. What do you think?
I'm not betting big bucks on this game. Pardon the cliche, but I'm going to go with $50 in Milwaukee Bucks. Too many people backing the Heat here. Bucks have heart. I think it's a close game.
So super lucky with that Clippers over 218. I'll tell you what, I take it. It's the same thing as if they covered by 150 points, man. It pays exactly the same. And I can't tell you how many times that it's gone the other way on me. You know, where I've had the under and the guy just throws up, a basket at the end of the game, it goes in. Or, you know, I can't even tell you how many times I had Northwestern in that Ohio State football game a few years ago. You know, where the last play, they tried the lateral play. The ball rolls all the way back into the end zone. Ohio State jumps on it, and I lose my cover. Chris, what are you thinking here with the Bucks and the Heat?
Yeah, I think you said the Heat took their foot off, and I think they know that they do that again here, this series can completely turn on its head, and I don't think the Heat blow another chance here. I'll take the Heat -4.
Yep. We don't look back. We know the Celtics smacked the Raptors. We know that I call that. We know that Chris owes me breakfast at the Peppermill. Anyways, Rod?
For me in this one, I'm going to take the under. The only reason why I got the over last time is because we went to overtime. I don't think we're going to go to overtime today. Give me the under.
Yeah, I think I'm going to order off the menu at the Peppermill. I'd like the lobster 3 days. It's like, we're just a diner. I understand, but I really want.
But I need.
I'm going
lobster.
way off the menu.
I'm gonna be sitting at the table. He's gonna have that power strut walking into the restaurant.
I'm gonna order off the menu and order for the table. I'd like to order for the table. You ever see the movie?
But there's only 2 at your table.
You ever see the movie Get Shorty, where Danny DeVito orders for the table? It's kind of like. And everyone's like, no. He's like, I'm going to order for the table. We're going to have an egg white omelet. Everyone's like, no. We're just going to pick at it. It's like, John Travolta, no way. Speaking of no way, we got the Rockets up against the Lakers. The Lakers, this looks a lot like the last series for the Lakers where they lost the first game. And then after that, they just were like, all right, we're sick of these guys already, and kind of put the hammer down on them. I don't know. The Rockets, I know, have a lot more answers. James Harden's playing some great defense, but I think the issues here are a lot deeper than that, that Russell Westbrook is not really carrying his weight on either end of the court, and the Rockets also have some matchup problems in other areas and basically they don't have anyone that can guard Anthony Davis at all. So Brian Woody and LeBron decides he wants to start shooting threes, they just let him stand there and shoot them. And it's like, if you let LeBron James shoot threes from right at the 3-point line on you, he's going to hit every single one. Not like 9 out of 10 or 99 out of 100. He's going to hit every single one. Brian?
I'm seeing about 41% of the bets, 64% of the money on the Rockets. I think the big bettors know that the Rockets are the way to go, and that's a premium play for me. I'm taking the Rockets plus the points tonight.
I got it the opposite. I got 60% of the public on the Rockets. 60%, and the line moving, in sync with that. So I got it the exact opposite with all the public on the Rockets here. Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Lakers here. I think the series is playing out the same way the Portland series did, so I'll take the Lakers.
Chris is like, I got my ass handed to me going against Mitch yesterday. Just kidding. I mean, believe me, I had Navy. So trust me on that one, man. I had Navy. It wasn't pretty either. I mean, I had Navy. I had the Clippers. I had a winning day, but let's be real. Let's be honest here, right? It's like I can be honest. Then I had Navy. I lost by 52 points, but it was a lot closer than the score. It looked like 51 from here. Actually, I think it could have been 151. I don't think they could. I think that the Navy game plan was to let the BYU running back run 8 or 9 yards before trying to tackle him. Rod, what do you think?
For me, I'm gonna take the over. I like the over in this game. I think we see some points.
222.5. I kind of like the over with you as well. Public pushing that total down to 222.5 from 224. We haven't seen a lot of defense in these Western Conference games. Just haven't. Let's go. No. James Harden's playing some good defense, though. I will say that. James Harden's amazing. Mm-hmm. Imagine
they want to see Lakers Clippers in the West for sure, 100%. If you watch the Clippers game, I think there was some calls on Clippers' favor yesterday.
Imagine the Thunder would have had Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. That was their team, and Ibaka, right? They had the Thunder. They would have had Adams. The Thunder would have been absolutely loaded. It's amazing that Kevin Durant, left. To me, it was amazing that he left that Thunder team because that was like his team that he built, and it's like I'd rather just win a championship with somebody else's team, be Steph Curry's lackey. Didn't make any sense to me. Anyways, to me, it's like you always want to, kind of do your own thing, kind of like
Kawhi. I'm going to go up north, and I'm going to get this Raptors a championship, and then I'm out of here, and I'm going to go home to my hometown and get them a championship.
It is kind of like that, but I don't know if he's getting them a championship.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to get one this year.
Yeah, I got a nasty comment that Tony made a snap at you yesterday on the live show about you training for a marathon. And I said, that was the shirt he was wearing. It was like,
yeah, I had it because the bottom of my shirt, the little TV was cut off. Yeah.
And there it is. That's like me. That was like me during COVID when I did my Pitmasters marathon. Nailed a brisket. It was it's like, come on, flip that cowboy steak. It's like we had no sports. It was like I'm reaching. Speaking about reaching, the Cardinals reaching back for Carlos Martinez. Back on the mound. Oh, man. Some things never change. This guy, I could even, as disappointing as Barrios has been, I think I got to love him here against Carlos. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I'm surprised this isn't our group consensus pick because I just don't see how the Twins lose this game. I love Barrios on the mound today. He's getting a little better as the season goes on. Twins easy today.
Yeah, my best of the live show pick is in baseball. My best of the live show picks have actually been heating up. I had another winner yesterday, so been on them. I think did we have a winner yesterday? Best of the live show.
I think it was a winning day overall.
I know my picks have been getting real hot in there. Anyways, how about you, Chris? Carlos or Jose?
No, Jose, all day. Give me the Twins.
No way, Jose.
All day.
Jose, all day. Rod, Jose y Carlos.
Yeah. No Carlos. Oh. Because he got 2 strikeouts. He's only struck out 2 guys. That's ugly.
Well, it's his first
Give me
start since
Jose.
July. He had COVID, but
yeah, but it's like
That was even better.
and that was his
Jose.
that was his best performance. It's like he's been terrible. It's hard to believe he was a number 1 starter at one point, right?
And it was against the Twins too. I think he gave up 6 runs in less than 4 innings.
And it was Brian's giving us the signal, I believe.
3 2/3.
Brian, is that the signal? We got the Rays and the Nationals. Brian gives a signal when he has to take off for like 2 minutes. I think he's got to get his son to school on the bus or something. So that's what happens when he walks away. We're honest here. We're not going to be like some high level production where we kind of fade Brian out or something. It's like that. We could switch to the hockey screen. I mean, if you want, until he gets back. I have the
Take a look into the sports book.
Oh, actually, we did the Stars. It got so messed up, I couldn't even post it. We could go back and do the Stars video, like live. While Brian's gone. But Brian, we got Yarbrough up against Anibal Sanchez for the Nationals Rays. You had the Nationals yesterday on the show. One of the few that had them.
I'll tell you what, in this game, I'm going to go with the over. Sanchez isn't the greatest starter in the world, that's for sure. And I think both teams give up some runs here. Lean to the over.
And the Nationals, that 5-12 home record is pretty daunting. Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the over as well. I think we see double digits in this one.
Yeah, they are 6-11 on that home run line. So a little better. Rod?
Yeah, I agree. Give me the over on this one as well. I think we're going to see some runs here.
Got the Indians and the Royals. Brian's not here for this one, so we'll just pick for him. I think he likes the under. But Tristan McKenzie up against Jacob Junis. Total set at 8.5. Tristan McKenzie has been really everything he was built to be. I like it when they build these guys up and they actually are as good as they say that they are. And that Tristan McKenzie is that guy. It's going to be a tough rotation, right, with him and Bieber in there. And it's like if they lock these guys up long term, who's going to be the number 1? That's really the question here. And you go further into the rotation, Savali would be the best number 3 in baseball. I don't know if they can afford to keep all these guys. What do you like here? I like Tristan McKenzie and the over on the strikeouts, whatever it is.
Yeah, I like the under 9. I think McKenzie locks down the Royals here, and Cleveland hasn't been swinging the bat that great this season. They've been relying on the pitching for the wins, so give me the under.
How about you, Rod?
I like the Indians. I think the Indians beat up the Royals today. Give me the Indians on the run line.
All right, normally Brian's back after one pick, but he's not. We got the first half of the doubleheader in the Oakland versus Houston. Zach Greinke against Frankie Montas. Frankie Montas just never really makes it to the mound, does he? He's kind of just he's just a name on the A's roster. They just put him in there until they can decide who's actually pitching. It's kind of, What do you think, Chris?
I think I'm going to start nicknaming Frankie Montas TBD because he's just the nameplate until they determine who they're actually going to start. But I'm going to go with the Astros in Game 1. Frankie's dominated Oakland in his career. I think he's 9-2 with an ERA under 3. So I'll take Houston in Game 1.
How about you, Rod?
I'm going to take the over in Game 1. I think we see a bunch of runs in Game 1. Give me the over.
The Lakers barely covered last game, but they were up by 20, just gave up the lead, decided to take the entire third quarter off of the game, and then said at the end of the game,
and then play a little just. That's the typical Lakers, though.
Yeah, a total typical Lakers. I mean, it's not like they're laying 11. They're laying 5. I like
It's
the
actually 4.5 now. I think he can get.
I like the under in this one too. Greinke and Montas. Brian, the games you missed: Cleveland, Kansas City, Tristan McKenzie and Jacob Junis. And now we just did the
Cleveland -1.5 in that one. I
Trist.
think another great start.
And then we got Houston and Oakland game 1, Greinke, Montas.
I like Montas. Take Oakland at home. Take Oakland.
I like the under there. Rod, did you give your Oakland, Houston?
Yeah.
All right.
I like the over. Give me the over.
All right, I'm on the under. We're on opposites. We got Daniel Ponce de Leon against Randy Dobnak here. Boy, the Cardinals really digging deep into their treasure chest here. Ponce de Leon, I think, has been a disappointment. It's tough to when your first game is almost the perfect game. Tough to follow up, but Randy Dobnak is kind of tailing off a little bit lately. I like it when good pitchers, kind of like we saw Zach Gallen last night, they start to look confused, right? And that's when you know that maybe things are starting to go south on them. And Dobnak has started to look confused out there when major league hitters start to touch him up a little bit. And we saw Zach Gallen, the same thing last night, where he starts to get flustered out there, kind of like I do with the troll comments. Right? He gets a little flustered, and then that's it. Brian, what do you think here with Dobnak and Ponce de Leon?
I'm going to take a little shot with the Cardinals and Ponce de Leon. I think he has a good start here. Bounces back. I like the Cardinals here.
How about you, Chris?
I'm going to take the Twins. I mean, Dobnak bounced back from that one start where he got shelled, and he threw, I think, 5 shutout innings. So I like Minnesota for the doubleheader sweep.
Yeah, I agree. Give me the Twins. I'll take Twins on the run line here.
I'm kind of I kind of like the Cardinals to even it up. I don't think either of these pitchers factor in the decision. We got the Yankees against the Blue Jays, and I've been saying it for days now, and you're going to start to hear it everywhere. Aaron Boone has got to go. Ottavino on the mound with a 4-run lead yesterday. Can't find the plate, which Ruffalo's got 100 different things to say about those guys. But anyways, Ottavino can't find the plate, walks in a run, and then boom, and then they don't even have anybody warming up in the bullpen while all this lunacy is going on out there, while the 4-run lead is evaporating. Finally, he finds the plate, and it's straight down the middle, and this ball leaves the park. I mean, if you went down to grab your cup of coffee like this to get a sip and you weren't watching the TV when the pitch was thrown, you missed a grand slam. That's how fast that ball left the stadium. Then they took Ottavino out, but it was 10 in the 6th inning. Somebody left because Joe D'Amico had on the Late Show had talked about Toronto, how he's a Yankee fan, but he was going with Toronto in this game, and like it's really hard to go against your team and all. Joe D'Amico, he can't just say I'll take the Blue Jays. He's got to, even if you think I talk a lot, right? Joe is double, right? And, he's saying this. And so somebody, of course, left the snide YouTube comment. I'm glad I didn't go on your Blue Jays pick. It's like the thing. It's like perfect timing because I typed in there. Like it was still 6-2 at the time, but I went in there because I was checking the comments. And it's like I wrote in, I'm like, I guess you only bet first 5 innings, right? It's like because, and then all of a sudden, the 10-run explosion happened, and we all covered the run line. I think everybody had Toronto yesterday. So,
I had the Yankees. I have to admit, small Yankees yesterday. Not a premium play, but I like the Yankees, and I hate when people text me about games before they're over. It really gets to me.
I get so many emails from people because everyone thinks that every handicapper. I mean, I could be on the other side of the game, but I get the email from your guys' picks, It's like I'm like the game's not even over, and it's like, and I'm looking at it, and it's like I'm on the other side of this one. It's like, I don't even know what to say, It's like, anyways, what do you think? Taijuan Walker or J bring a glove? Oh man, J Happ the stopper, the answer. It's like it's almost, this game is almost so obvious that it's almost scary, right?
When it's obvious, I like to go the other way.
Yeah,
but this one, I'm going with the over. 10 and out. I think gives you a bunch of runs.
Don't you think it's odd that there's still 46% of the public left on the Yankees here? I would think that one of them is Brian Bitler. Chris?
I'm gonna take the the Blue Jays here.
Rod like that one. People say I give Brian too hard of a time on the show. Say tough shit to you. Anyways.
Give me the Jays here to beat up their old former pitcher.
I don't know which button this is. It was like, I was like looking at the buttons. I'm like, what exactly does this one do again? I forget. All right.
That's the Bucks Raptors button.
It starts raining on Brian's head. Crickets.
We got the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Chicago White Sox. 76% of the public on the White Sox, and the line dropping like a rock. Dylan Cease on the mound up against Joe Musgrove. These two teams met at guarantee rate, and it was all White Sox. It was a bludgeoning, and the White Sox don't look to be slowing down anytime soon. 26-15, 7-3 in their last 10. The Pirates are 7-13 at home this season. I don't know. See something here, Brian, that the world doesn't see? Normally, this is where
I see Musgrove with his, even though he's 0-4, having a good start here. I think it goes under the total. I think Cease has a good game too.
Spread knowledge likes the over. Chris?
Yeah, I'm with spread knowledge. Unfortunately, I like the over here. I think this one hits 9 or 10 runs.
Rod?
I like the over. I like the over too. I think White Sox might be able to get that number themselves. Give me the over.
It's like, look at the difference between Rod's coffee and my coffee. Mine is like, mine's like black mud. Rod's like,
if I drink
Rod's
that
looks
coffee,
like
I'd just be sitting on the toilet for like an hour. I wouldn't get off. It's
Rod's
terrible.
looks like a milkshake. Mine looks like it's like a thick mud espresso.
I don't know.
No
it
sugar.
looks like that before I put this in it. Like I put a little bit of. I need a little bit of milk to take the bite off.
Yeah, that
For me.
looks like a little bit more than a little bit. I like it when people like.
Okay, more than a little bit. I need a little bit.
I got a friend of
Can't
mine.
do the black yet.
I got a friend of mine that puts like sugar in my coffee to see if I notice. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna freaking
Of course
notice.
you're gonna notice.
It's like, got Phillies against the Red Sox. They changed pitchers in this one, and now it looks like Vince Velasquez. But
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
oh god, I over. Brian.
I'm assuming the Red Sox are the dog here, so I'm going to give a small play to the Red Sox anytime Vince is on the mound. I don't know. He's good for 3 innings, and then he turns it over to the bullpen. So.
But I think that I think this game has come off the board while they reset it. It was Martin Perez against Eflin, and now it's
That's game 1.
Oh, it's game 1. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I don't even see game 2 on the board yet.
No, it's not even on the board. Never mind. But the over is 7.5 with Velasquez pitching. There's a line here. We got minus 192 on the Phillies, and the over under is 7.5. I think it's a solid overplay with Velasquez. I'm with you, Brian. I like the over, and I like the first 2 inning over, and I also like first inning over. Run to be scored in the first 5 innings over. Speaking of overs, John Means is pitching today. Up against Michael Wacha. This total has dropped from 10 to 9. Here's one that I like the other side of the line movement of the public. 37% of the public on the Orioles here. I like the Orioles.
Yeah, I don't know how you get back Michael Wacha at that price. I'm going to take the Orioles for a $50 bet. I think Means has a good start. But
Have you been to Citi Field yet? Never been to Citi Field. I've heard the concessions are off the chain, though.
The only ones I've been to are Yankee Stadium and the one in Atlanta. Truist Park.
The Atlanta stadiums always seem to have very little personality and limited offerings at the snack bar. Chris, what do you got here?
Not the case for the Atlanta Park, but
no, it's not.
I will take.
What do they got?
No, they have a pretty good selection.
How's
they
the
have
nacho?
They have like a.
How's the nacho? Do they make a nice nacho over there?
Yeah, I think they had like pulled pork nachos or beef brisket nachos. They got like a chop house on the in the outfield levels. But
I could go for some chicken nachos. I like nachos. Big nacho guy.
damn it, I gotta go make nachos after the show. Give me the over here.
He goes with Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, I was gonna say we know where my head's at. I gotta make nachos after the show. My package is named Taco Tuesday today. We just know where everything's going. Everything's going downhill for me today.
What do you got here?
Somebody didn't eat breakfast. Give me the Orioles here today. I'll take John Means over Walker. Ugh.
Got the Tigers against the Brewers. Spencer Turnbull against Adrian Hauser. Both these pitchers pitched against these teams in the series when it was in Milwaukee, and both of them got hammered. So what do you think of Hauser on the road here? Big favorite.
I think
money pouring in on him.
I think the Tigers are the best dog on the board, probably with Spencer Turnbull on the mound tonight. So I'm going to take a shot with the Tigers here.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, my love for Spencer Turnbull starting to fade. I'm going to take the over here.
How about you, Rod?
Not a game I'm rushing to bet, that's for sure. I'm gonna take the under. Give me the under here. They got rocked last time. Maybe they have a better pitching outing this time. A lot of people on the over. Give me the under.
Got the Braves against the Marlins. I know where I'm on this one. I'm sure Brian's on the same team as me. Sixto Sanchez pitching for the Marlins up against Kyle Wright. I mean, how are the Marlins a dog in this game? I don't even understand it.
This is a game I'd like to add to my premium picks.
Yeah,
I'm definitely all over the Marlins.
31% on the Marlins here. I mean, that means almost 70% of the bets think that Kyle Wright is still a reasonable major league pitcher. Here's a guy that everybody loved when he was coming up. He never really even reached that potential with Cleveland that people thought he was going to be this great superstar. And it's kind of like he never really became that guy. Not even close. He was like a 3-4 starter. And then here he is in Atlanta at the tail end of his career, and he's up against Sixto. I don't see it. I mean, the Marlins are 18-18. This is not like they're playing, one of Bitler's other teams. This is a legitimate team here. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm on the Marlins as well. I like Sixto Sanchez, and Kyle Wright's not a viable option for me at all. So I'll take the Marlins here.
How about you, Rod?
Yeah, I like Sixto. Give me the Marlins.
It's a Sixto sweep. We've got the Rangers up against the Angels. I give out the Rangers as my dog of the day, and Spread Knowledge has like the Angels, loves them up and down. It's like, I don't know, man. Lance, this is the thing, okay? Angels are dog shit on the road. Okay, let's just call it what it is. Okay, let's sugarcoat it. Let's be as nice as we can about it. Straight dog shit on the road. Okay, they won a bunch of games at home against an Astros team with a depleted pitching staff, and now all of a sudden Andrew Heaney is minus 130 in somebody else's ballpark against Lance Lynn, who's an absolute beast this season. Yeah, good luck to him. Good luck with it. That's what I got to say to that one. Rangers all day. You want to bet your little 6-13 team on the road? 6-13 this season on the road because they won a few home games. I don't think so.
Lynn has given up 9 runs though in the last 2 starts. So he's starting to come back to earth.
Andrew Heaney's just a fucking world beater. Oops.
He had 2 solid starts in a row. Heaney. If you look at his last 2 starts, I think he went 7 innings, gave up 1 run in his last start.
Yep.
He's given up 1 run over his last 14 2/3. I'll take the Angels.
Yep, I'm big. I think Angels.
I'll be against you today on that one. I'll take the Angels.
Play on the board.
You guys
I'll take the Angels.
You guys all It's fine. I don't care. How about you, Chris?
I'm staying out of this. I'm taking the over. I'm Switzerland. I'm neutral here.
Lance Lynn was born with ducks on the pond. Got Tyler Mahle up against Alec Mills. The Cubs can't even be favored at home against the Reds. That's how bad Mills is. Total dropped to 7.5. That means the wind is blowing in Wrigley. It is now after Labor Day at Wrigley Field. I've been there, man, and I tell you, it's almost like people are probably glad that they can't have fans in the stands because they don't feel bad about not having to sit there and basically, oh man, it's like you go there and you sit there and it's like you're rooting for the other team like really hard. So it's like you got to stay till the bitter end, to watch the Cubs lose. And it's like there's nobody there except for seagulls like swarming the place, and it's freezing, and it's always against the Pirates. Except one time I actually was there. It was against the Reds. My first time was ever at Wrigley Field. It was against the Reds, and the Reds just beat the crap out of them. Anyways, Brian, who do you like here?
When I first saw this total, I was thinking over. I was like 7.5, and then wind's blowing in. Give me the under here. I think it's a 3-2 game.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I'll still take the over here. I'm not fond of Mahle or Mills, so give me the over.
Mills is probably a bullpen game, right?
Yeah, it ought to be.
Rod?
I'll take the Cubs here. I don't think Cubs can get a win.
See what that wind looks like.
Well, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, Mills has gone 5, 6. He's gone 7 innings at points this season, so I don't know if it's going to be a complete bullpen game.
Even if it's not, Cubs are still going to win.
Oh, yeah, it's coming dead in from center. Not good. 18 to 20 mile an hour winds coming in from dead center. I like the under. That one for sure. Let's see. Got Mike Clevenger up against Chichi Gonzalez. Clevenger, I don't know. He was not having a good year in Cleveland, before the trade. And then he comes to San Diego, gets bombed there as well. Now he's minus 240. He's just not a minus 240 guy. The wind's coming in from Bitler's Mike.
I'll tell you here, Rockies here, they've been playing better baseball. You're getting plus money. No reason not to back the Rockies for a small $50 play.
How about you, Chris?
This is going to be one of the rare times that I'll take Colorado plus the 1.5. I think this is a one-run game at worst for the Rockies. So give me the plus 1.5.
Rod?
I'm gonna take the Padres here. Give me the Padres on the run line.
I like the Rockies in the over. I'm gonna parlay them up. Got game 2, Astros and the A's. It's Lance McCullers with that road ERA against Mike Minor, making it to the hill here for Oakland in the post-Texas era for him. The Astros 5-13. 5-13 on the road this season. Second game of the doubleheader with Greinke going in the top. Oakland 15-6 at home. I don't know, man. I add picks, like if I add a morning pick, and I did it before the morning show or whatever, to my premium picks that don't go in the package, that kind of just go out to people that bought 3-day passes or longer, I'll add picks, and this was the pick I added, Oakland. So if you bought my 5-pack, you didn't get this pick, but I love Oakland in this one. I love betting against Lance McCullers on the road. I'm sorry, I just can't help myself. I thought he was going to be much better this season. Let me see if I can get some numbers here. Brian, who do you like here? I know you're
I think
side of me.
Oakland sweeps a doubleheader here.
Wow, we agree
I
on
like this
something.
game a little less than the first one, but I like Oakland to take it.
Wow, me and Brian actually agree on something here on a game. Chris?
Give me over 6.5. I don't trust Mike Minor even in an Oakland uniform.
Wow. Even against McCullers, who might be scratched.
I got TBD. I don't see.
It was McCullers this morning.
That's what I thought I seen last night, but
Yeah.
no, I don't see him there this morning.
Uh-oh. Oh, maybe I'll have to cancel
No.
the pick. But anyways.
No, I got TBD. It's like
I'm down with TBD.
yeah, you know me.
All right. Got the Diamondbacks and the
Awesome.
Dodgers. Luke Weaver on the mound for the Diamondbacks. Nothing fun about that. Up against Walker Buehler. Spread knowledge I gave out on the Spread Knowledge show. Dodgers -1.5, a pick that I would never give out. And people are like, you don't randomly pick the games for Spread Knowledge. It's like, yeah, Angels and Dodgers, two teams I normally freaking, It's like, yeah, I hand-picked those out. It wasn't random, right? It's like, can you find any two more non-Mitch plays?
I like the Dodgers here, -2.5. I think they clobber Arizona tonight.
How about you, Chris?
Can I lay the touchdown? give me the Dodgers -2.5 as well.
How about you, Rod?
About 3.5 if your book will offer it. Jeez, I think Arizona gets waxed. The Dodgers can get over the number on their own. Ooh.
We don't have PayPal set up. I can talk to our tech team about that, about setting up PayPal. I'm kind of on PayPal these days. I like the over in this one. I personally can't take the Dodgers. It's so square. It's like I like pissing off the YouTube people. Are like, you never take the Dodgers. You never take the Dodgers. So I'm not gonna waver now. It's like no way. Not even with Luke Weaver pitching. No way. No way.
I think you took the Dodgers once this year. You've taken them once. I remember you taking them once.
Did I?
That was a while back, and it's been a while. You took them once. I don't remember who they were playing. But
Was
you had
I
no
sick
choice.
that day?
I normally don't do this.
You might have been.
You might have been, yeah. And I know you took them once.
I
One
remember
day you were like, okay, this is the rare time I'm taking the Dodgers, and you were like, I'm taking them on the run line, -2.5, and you're.
Did they win?
It's a rare day.
Oh yeah. You said I'm gonna lay the touchdown. They won by 7 or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm gonna lay the touchdown here. Yeah, I know it was one day.
Well, I'll tell you, it's probably gonna take the postseason for me to find my way onto the Dodgers again. I just don't know where. I think the postseason is gonna be pretty interesting in baseball, right? With all these different playoff games and stuff, there's gonna probably be like games all day long, kind of like how it'll probably be good. I don't know. The first round's one game again, or is it like because there's all
I thought it was
extra
best
rounds?
of 3.
Really?
Oh, best of 3. Yeah.
When
yeah.
is so the Blue Jays are going to probably be in it, right? So what's the weather like in November in Buffalo outside?
I don't know.
It's already -2 here this morning.
They're gonna have to
It was
bring a shovel
-2.
and a bat to the game.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up while we're doing the hockey segment.
Shovel, glove.
It's
Or maybe they'll let them play in
It's a
Toronto.
doubleheader. It's a doubleheader. It's the outdoor hockey game. They're gonna do the Sabres against like somebody, and they'll do the Blue Jays, postseason matchup against the Yankees or something. It's like we got a doubleheader today.
It's like you see the guy running around first. He bumps into the goalie, and he's like, "Hey."
Got Logan Webb on the mound for the Giants, who have been just money, and LJ Newsome on the mound for the Mariners, who've been money too. I know Rod earlier this season hated the Mariners, but 19-22 coming into this one, they've been good to me, And I mean, you want to talk about a team that does it as a dog? It's these guys. We had them as a favorite, the last few days, but here they are back to the dog roll at plus 140. Mitch should let others talk some. It's becoming redundant hearing the same dry comedy. Rod and Chris, you're funny too. All right. There you have it.
All righty.
Okay. If Mattress Johnny says so. I guess I shouldn't get into a and I digress. Oh man. Anyways, Brian, what are you thinking here? Logan Webb and LJ.
I'm thinking Mariners 6 wins in a row. Why not 7? It's too much juice to play the Giants here. So Mariners.
Chris, talk as long as you want. Chris, how about a nice filibuster? Just take the mic. Just grab the mic off your desk. And this one's for all the people that say that I don't say enough.
This one's for all the ladies. Fiance opens the door.
I have a dream.
Who's this for?
I have a dream today that I get a chance to speak.
Yeah, I must be dreaming at that point now. I'll take. Yeah, San Fran's been nice in the underdog role, but at minus 160, I gotta take a shot with the Mariners here.
There's another guy that says I don't let you speak. So Rod, we just won't listen to your pick this one time. Just gloss over you. Now go ahead. All right.
Now I have to pick this game. Yeah. Give me the under. Give me the under 9. I think we get an under here today.
Maybe we'll rotate the order. Maybe we'll rotate the order because people say that Rod is the one that I always cut off. And the thing is that he's third in the rotation, so normally like a comments come in or something. That's probably why it happens. So maybe we'll rotate him. We'll move Rod. We'll just like have a different day. We'll just keep flipping everybody around in a circle. Put Bittler down in the bottom corner with this fan, and do it that way. Anyway, speaking of fans, we've got the Dallas Stars back on the ice up against the Vegas Golden Knights. The Puck Dogs were all over the Stars in Game 1. They're maybe a little chilly on the NHL restart for Rod, but he's definitely picked it up recently. And he is a legend, according to Pavon Atwal. There you have it. Perfect timing on the comments. But Mitch should start a talk show. I think that's what this is. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, Rod got the Stars and the Vegas Golden Knights. What do you got to say for yourself?
For me, love the Stars of Game 1. They came out, shut the Knights down, and I don't see why they can't do it again. The Knights look like they've been struggling to score. They struggled to score against Vancouver in those last 3 games of that series. I like the Stars. Gritty, checking. Give me the Stars again. All of us on the Stars here today. Stars go up 2-0.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I don't want to sound redundant, so I'm just going to say I'll take the Stars as well for everything that Rod said. I like the Stars as well.
Anything, Brian?
I think we all had, a lot of us had Tampa Bay yesterday. Easy money from Rod. Today, I'm going Vegas. Vegas gets it done 2-1 overtime.
All right, we got a couple extra minutes here at the end of the show, which is rare, but let's talk some NFL. It's kind of just without preseason, we haven't really had a lot of talk about NFL. I wrote down our NFL futures. This was before Brian was a regular on our show, so he's not part of it. But I wrote down Chris and Rod's and Steve Monahan's picks on their over/under win totals for the season. And I will bring those back around week 8 when we have them. But my wife was like, "Should I throw these out?" Because I have all these cards, lying around all over the house. I'm like, no, not those. So.
I know it's about this big, and I got mine written somewhere on one of these stacks.
So Brian, the
we did that.
The AFC East, Brian, the Bills and the Jets and the Dolphins finally get a crack here at the Patriots. You know, the Pats, a lot of players sitting out this year too, on top of, Tom Brady not being there. Does Bill
I think
Belichick...
Patriots are last place team in the AFC East.
Or do you think they're a value play? Could they be value?
To me, I don't know. I don't like the Patriots this year. I don't like Cam Newton at quarterback. And I think they're going to be in the basement. I think the Dolphins and Bills are. I think the Bills are going to be the top team in the AFC East, and Dolphins not too far behind.
Mitch, do you still talk to Craig from Picks and Parlays? No, I no longer own Picks and Parlays, and I do not talk to Craig. It was not an amicable separation, to say the least. I'm legally not allowed to tell everybody what happened. That's how amicable it was. That I'm not legally allowed to tell everybody the truth. Anyways, Chris, a little look at the let's just pick a random division for you. How about the NFC North with the Lions? Does Matt Patricia get fired, or do the Lions kind of rise to the occasion here? Or do you think that, how about, is Mitch Trubisky, they have him named as the starter for the Bears. We have that story. And then, of course, there's the Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love story, going on as well in Green Bay. So this is kind of a soap opera-y division. What do you see coming out of this one? Or do you think it's just more the magical Aaron Rodgers and that Vikings defense?
Well, I'll tell you, I do see the Bears finishing at the bottom of that division, even with a solid defense. I have no love for Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles. He's a playoff performer. He's not the guy that's going to get you there. So I'll side with the Bears at the bottom of that division. The Lions are only going to be as good as a Matt Patricia defense can take them, as if they can actually execute one. He was good in New England, but I don't know. Matt Stafford can only do so much, and he's going to have a lot of his regular targets back. So we'll see if they can do anything there. I do think it's the Lions and the Packers and the Vikings out of this division again, though. I think the Vikings are probably going to finish second because Kirk Cousins doesn't really do much for me, but they're going to win their share of games. What's going to be interesting for me, though, is to see how the Vikings do at home, because I think they're one of the teams that feed off the home field advantage the most in the NFL. Green Bay, I think, is going to finish at the top because Aaron Rodgers, and we saw Matt LaFleur was a great first year as a head coach. I think we're in for another Packers year win that division. All
right. One vote to put me in the bottom on the rotation. I'm fine with that. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me, man. All these guys are stars. Anyways, Dallas Stars. Anyways,
yeah.
Rod, got the NFC West. I'm just randomly making divisions. We had zero preparation on this and gave them zero notice that we were going to do this segment. So we're putting them on the spot. But we got the NFC West. The Rams, Super Bowl 2 years ago, and then kind of fell off the map. They had to get rid of a lot of players. They had big salaries there. And now they're a dog to the Cowboys in the opening weekend, which is pretty much a slap in the face. And then at home. And then you have San Francisco 49ers, who blew a 10-point lead in the Super Bowl in the fourth quarter in the last 5 minutes of the game. And then you have the Seattle Seahawks, who have Russell Wilson and kind of like the rotating of players. A lot of no-name guys on the Seahawks. Traditionally, the most undrafted players on their roster. But Pete Carroll, Clappy, he's always got everybody raring to go. And then you got year two of the Cliff Kingsbury project in Arizona. And I think he was a lot better than most people thought he was going to be. And Kyler Murray, a guy that I thought was kind of not a great pick as the number one overall pick. This guy's actually not bad. What do you think about this very, very tough NFC West division?
Huge tough division here. The Cardinals, this will be Kyler Murray's second year. And that offense will be definitely clearly on the rise. I think they're just going to get better on his second year. We see what the 49ers do. They can choke it away too. And the Seahawks and Carroll, they're always there. They're always there, and I hate the Rams. I hope the Rams end up last. I had another crappy year. I'm never been a Rams fan, and they're coming off a disappointing season. They could have another disappointing season. I think you could get 3 teams in the playoffs out of this division with this expanded playoffs this year. I think you could easily get 3 teams. You get San Francisco, Seattle, and Arizona. That's the battle in this division for me.
Thanks for the super chat, Panama Boy. If you send me your name, your address, and shirt size to Mitch@pickdogs.com, I will mail you a T-shirt. Yeah, it's definitely. I think the West is an interesting division. I think in the NFL, like it's one of the hardest. The NBA and the NHL, or the NFL and the NBA, are the 2 hardest sports to bet. They're the 2 most popular sports to bet. And that's what makes them the hardest sports to bet, at least for the general public. The reason being is that the lines are super tight, right? I mean, that is why. The reason why what makes those sports really hard, like last night, that Clippers game, it was like they never really were in it, but they kind of had the shot at the end. And then it's like, well, this play happens, and then, they didn't have a chance. And, it happens in the NBA all the time. And in the NFL, it happens even more, where dogs don't win the game but cover the spread. And that's, for public bettor, that's death. For someone like me, that's how I pay for all this crap. Right, is that way. Brian, who's your money team this year?
Boy, talk about on the spot. But like I think I said earlier, I think Carolina Panthers are going to perform over expectations. I like Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, they're not going to go and win the Super Bowl, but I'm talking about like a 7-9, 8-8 team that makes profit over the year.
I think with Bridgewater there, I agree with you that I think that they're not going to, with rule coaching, they're not going to put Bridgewater in situations where he's going to have to carry the team on his back, and he's not going to have to do a lot of the things they asked him to do in Minnesota. He's just going to have to manage the team, and they're going to play defense. I'm a little concerned about the cornerback position in Carolina, though. I'm more than concerned about the corners, and I think that's where they might have some problems. But we're not talking. We don't care about winning the game. We're just looking for some reasonable point spreads. Chris, where's your money going? Like who's your team where you just think, wow, here's it's not always a dog that covers the spreads. Like I think the Washington football team is going to be a great place to have some money this season. And I think the Raiders are going to be a good place to not have money, at least early in the season, right? Who. It's not always, a dog, that does. I just like the dogs better. But we've seen the Patriots cover, spreads in a week after week after week some years. And Alabama do it week after week after week after week. Eventually the books catch up, like, remember Alabama covered like every first half, and then all of a sudden it was like, uh-oh, here comes the executioner as people start bumping their bets up, right? It's like,
I think you stay away from Tampa Bay early on in the season.
Sweep the leg. Yeah, I think Tampa Bay is a good fade. I'm with you on that one, Brian. How about you, Chris? Who's your money team?
I think I'm going to go one out of the AFC, one of the NFC. The AFC, I think it's going to be the Miami Dolphins for me. I think this is a team that's going to surpass expectation. I think we're going to get a lot of value in these early lines, and I think that's going to be one of the teams that the books aren't going to catch on to as quick. I think we're still going to get some value as the season progresses and even into the later weeks. For the NFC, it might be the squarest play on the board, but I think the Dallas Cowboys, I think they finally live up to the hype, and I think Jason Garrett was the weak link in that system. I think Mike McCarthy's going to bring out the best in some of those guys, and I think you talk about a favorite that's going to cover. I think they're going to get a lot of more inflated lines, but this might be the year that they finally actually get the job done and cover those lines.
I doubt Craig says that. How about you, Rod?
For me,
who's your value? Who's your money team?
I don't know how you get. I think Baltimore's gonna rip up the AFC. They got lots of weapons there.
But what kind of numbers are we going to see on the Ravens? Already,
Yeah,
I mean, we're
exactly.
8.5 on opening day here. So that's better than a touchdown. But
So for me in the AFC, I like the Broncos. They like to surprise the people.
I like the
Cowboys.
I like what the Broncos did in the draft. Yeah, these guys, if you're going to talk politics, you are not going to be in our YouTube feed. That's for damn sure.
And I like Atlanta. Watch out, Atlanta they had a horrible start, but they looked good finishing off the year last year. In the NFC, watch out for Atlanta.
For me, I like to fade the big favorites, and I think that I just think going against the Jets is always good money. Just whoever's playing the Jets, is usually a nice place to be. Gase is just a really real shit show of a coach, and I just think it's so arrogant that it just makes it easy money to bet against him. So I'm for whoever's playing the Jets. I like Brian's pick on the Panthers. I like the Washington football team. I think that they are tremendous value. I think Haskins is probably the most underrated quarterback out there in the NFL. He gets nothing but hammered by people rating him, but this guy's actually, I'd way rather have him than Carson Wentz any day of the week, man. Carson Wentz is a joke, man. I'm fading the Eagles all day long, too. Anyways, this is Mitch. Thanks for joining us. Guys, it was fun. We talked a little NFL. We'll talk a little bit tomorrow. Brian, what do you think, Carson Wentz? What's the general Philly opinion?
I know me and you are going to go at it with Carson Wentz. I'm not an Eagles fan, but I think, I don't know.
I just have two Eagles jerseys right in the back of my thing.
That's just for decoration. And in the past, I was a big-time Eagles fan. But as a sports bettor, you learn not to be betting on your favorite teams. It just puts you in the poorhouse. But if you look at Carson Wentz's numbers, statistics, I mean,
yeah, his statistics are in the big game when the chips are down. He's not on the field.
I mean, if I would have been Wentz, I never would have pulled myself out of that playoff game against the Seahawks. But
Bitler's not pulling out. There you have it. Anyways,
I think Wentz is going to be an All-Pro quarterback.
Okay,
this year. Let's go.
Yeah. We're going to agree to disagree on that one. And on that note, well, we got plenty of NFL, and that's the beauty of the NFL, right? Everybody knows it well enough to have an opinion, and we're going to have plenty of opinions. I think we'll talk a little bit more NFL the next couple of days as well as we lead up to Thursday night's kickoff between the Chiefs and the Texans. Matter of fact, I'm going to do my NFL videos today and college football videos. Probably won't post them until later in the week, but I did do a overall preview over on our Sports Chat YouTube channel. But thanks, everyone, for joining us. Thanks again, Brian, Chris, Rod. Maybe we'll rotate you guys around. We'll think about it. But, of course, we'll try and act.
You want my parlay?
Oh, parlays. Go ahead, Chris. I forgot. Go ahead, Chris. Parlay it up.
I was a little bit worried. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, Rod cut me off. I didn't even get to I never got to our tagline.
Oh, no, sorry. I cut you off. I'm going to get all these comments. I cut you off.
Brock, let him speak.
Let Rod speak. Let Rod speak. It's like the Grateful Dead shows when they wanted Phil Lesh to sing. The problem was when Phil actually sang, he's terrible. Right? He's just a terrible singer. It's like there's a reason they don't let Phil sing, because he stinks. He's a great bass player, great musician. Singing? Chris, go ahead.
For my birthday, I'm going to go.
This is really a bad show. This show stinks.
I'm going to go Minnesota Twins in Game 1, Toronto Blue Jays on the money line, and the Miami Marlins.
How about you, Rod?
And for me, I'm going to go the Indians on the run line, White Sox on the run line, and the Marlins. Parlay that up, you get 8-1 on your money.
How about you, Brian?
Miami Marlins, the Angels, and the Cubs under.
Got another super chat from Carlos. Just looking through here, trying to find these politics guys in our in our feed. Not going to have it. Not going to have it. This is our 4th or 5th election that we've been through since I've had a website. We've never said one thing about a candidate on any of these shows or anything on our websites. We do run political ads because we don't have a lot of control over that, but doesn't mean we support or endorse any candidates. I'm going to take the Texas Rangers reverse run line with the Marlins reverse run line with the Indians run line. How's that? All right. Thanks everyone for joining us. It was a lot of fun today. I like talking NFL. It's kind of like it's a sport where people can talk right off the shoot the hip on, right? Shoot from the hip on pretty easily. We'll continue tomorrow with some NFL talk, and we'll get ready for the start of the season. But everyone, thanks for joining us. We appreciate every one of you. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and of course, we'll try and act more professional tomorrow. Have a great day.